to deliver the welcome matrix slots.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to all of you. I am Suresh Kumar Singhal, President of the Federation of Telangana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FTCCI, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to this insightful webinar on the adaptability of manufacturers in the electronics, semiconductors, medical devices, and battery industries using personalized manufacturing execution system MES with low code. As we navigate through an era marked by rapid technological advancements and evolving market demands, it is imperative for industries to remain agile and adaptable. The importance of a customized and robust MES cannot be overstated, especially when it comes to ensuring seamless operations, maintaining regulatory compliances, and driving innovation. Today, we have gathered experts who will shed light on how low-code technology can revolutionize the way we personalize our MES, providing role-based, industry-specific, and process-centric user experiences. I am confident that this webinar will be highly beneficial and will equip you with the knowledge to enhance your operational efficiencies and adaptability. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to an engaging and productive session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I welcome Mr. K. Mohan Raidu, Chair of FTCCI ICT Committee, to deliver some opening remarks.
Thank you, Vishal. Good afternoon, everyone. I am K. Mohan Raidu, Chair of FTCCI ICT Committee, and I am delighted to see such a diverse and enthusiastic group of professionals gathered here today. The focus of our webinar is highly relevant in today's fast-paced and competitive industrial landscape. Manufacturers in the electronics, semiconductors, medical device, and battery sectors face unique challenges that demand innovative solutions. The integration of personalized MES with low-code technology presents an exciting opportunity to address these challenges head-on. By adopting a role-based and process-centric approach, we can significantly enhance user experiences, streamline operations, and ensure compliance with stringent regulatory requirements. Our esteemed speakers today will provide valuable insights into the practical applications of low-code in these industries, demonstrating how it can be leveraged to drive efficiency and motivation. I encourage you all to actively participate, ask questions, and make the most of this knowledge-sharing platform. Once again, welcome to the webinar, and let's look forward to today's learning and collaboration. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for making us familiar with what we expect today from the session. Welcome, Mr. Subramanya C.K. He is the Director for Strategic Business Development, Electronics and Semiconductors, Siemens. And to start the webinar and to start the session for today.
Thank you, sir. So shall we begin?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much. So first of all, thanks a lot. Thanks to the TCCI and all the esteemed members for calling us and giving us an opportunity to talk about our product solutions and present our views on MES and how we can customize MES for these upcoming industries. I would call it as high-tech emerging industries. Okay.
Sir, your voice is a bit low.
How is it?
It's
Okay.
low code, not low voice.
Low code, low voice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for telling me that. Is it better now?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
better?
better.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So anyway, please stop me in case if you feel any there is any technical issues or voice breaking. Okay, please do let me know. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mohan sir, for setting the context.
Welcome.
Let me show. I will present my screen. Please let me know when you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Thank you. So again, thanks a lot for calling us to present our views on MES and personalized MES, okay, using the low-code platform. Okay. So I'm keeping my agenda pretty simple and for 30 to 35 minutes. And after that, we can have question and answers. But of course, that doesn't mean you should not stop me during the presentation. You can always stop me, ask your questions, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Okay. So there are 4 points we are going to cover today. Challenges of digital shop floor. Okay. How Siemens MES can address these high-tech industries, mainly electronics, semiconductor, batteries, and medical devices. Third is the power of low code. Why low code? Why should we use it in MES? And finally, how can we personalize the MES with our low code solutions? Okay. So this will be the agenda for today's discussion. Okay. So first of all, common challenges in implementing a digital shop floor. I mean, most of you will be aware of this. This is a basic stuff. So we try to, when we say digitalization, right? We talk about end-to-end ready solution, which covers all the way from shop floor up to the enterprise solutions. Okay. When we say shop floor from the electronics and semiconductor perspective, we talk about the solder paste machines, solder machines, SMTs, reflow ovens, assembly machines, manual assembly, testing lines, all these things. Okay, which generally we'll have to collect the data. So this is our endpoint data, we call it as. Okay, this is our automation field. Okay. So data collected here can be either local data or or it can be used as enterprise level data. When the data is used at local, there is machine level, be using SCADA, and when we take it to the IoT, we'll be using an edge device. Okay. So this is the line level automation. Then comes the plant level automation. See, because most of the electronics and semiconductor, the activities doesn't happen under one floor or one roof. It can be in multiple places, multiple different factories, in which case there is also a need for sharing the data from one factory with the other factory. So this is where our MES and cloud comes into picture. Okay. So the today's challenge, if we see, right, the data is coming from various different machines, various different formats. Okay, and some machines might not even be throwing the ready-made data. We'll have to segregate the data from it, make the data usable, and then run analytics on it. Okay. So the challenge is there are many out-of-the-box solutions are available, but integration is difficult. The integration effort will be very huge. When the effort is very huge, there is also it's error prone. Okay, sometimes there could be integration mistakes, there could be data mistakes, etc. And most of the out-of-the-box solutions could be rigid, which means they will come with a fixed set of screens, fixed set of command lines. Okay. So everywhere you see the screen might look something entirely different. It might not look relevant to your industry. All these are the problems. Okay. So to solve these problems, Siemens has got our set of solutions. Okay. So basically for PLCs, we have Simatic PLCs, WinCC Simatic Edge for SCADA and Edge solutions, OpCenter MES for the MES quality and scheduling purposes. Then we have our Team Center and Technomatics for the PLM, digital twin and dashboard applications. And Mendix, this is going to be one of the key topics for today's discussion. That will be used to create all of our dashboards, reports, analytics, etc. Okay. And Insights Hub is our IoT cloud platform, which will be useful for sharing the data inside the plant and also outside the plants. Okay. So far, so good. Are you all with me? Do you agree that these are the challenges that we face in today's digital shop floor? Anybody has any different views here? Okay, thank you. So with that, I will move on to the main topic of today's discussion, that is MES and how do we customize MES. Now, first of all, even before we get into the MES, it's very important for us to know there is something called MOM. Okay, so people sometimes use MOM and MES, interchangeably, which is not the right thing to do. Okay, so I thought I'd spend a couple of minutes to explain what is MOM, what is MES. I mean, where do we differ? Okay, because Siemens solutions are not only MES, these are MOM solutions. When you say MOM, it is manufacturing operations management. So what does MOM do? MOM helps you to implement the digital twin in the real production. Okay, this can span all the way from your bill of materials management up to service lifecycle management, orchestration and planning of the manufacturing and quality operations itself. That means with MOM, you will not only execute the operations, but you will be planning the operations and monitoring them. Third thing is enable continuously end-to-end closed loop system. That means there is no manual intervention required in every place. The machines will give you the relevant data. The system will analyze the data, and it will bring up the quality measures required to improve your quality process, your manufacturing yield, and OEE. Okay? Thereby, we try to bridge the gap between enterprise systems and the automation. Okay. Now, this is very important. Enterprise systems is where the CEOs, the CXOs, they will be drawing their KPIs. They will give what are their expectations of the factory. And automation is something which will ensure that your machines are talking to each other. Okay. And most of the times we have seen in our experience that between enterprise systems requirements and the automation implementations, there will be a big gap. Okay. This is something we are trying to bridge with our MOM. Okay. How do we bridge it? By using the big data or the IoT data which is thrown by the shop floor into actionable data. Okay. So this is the overall landscape of MOM. Okay. Now let's get into MES. Okay. So MOM, before we get to the MES, we just wanted to show you what Siemens MOM is designed for. Okay. Now Siemens MOM is designed for various industries. Okay. For example, we classify it as discrete industries and process industries. Okay. In discrete, we talk about semiconductors, electronics, medical technology, automotive, component making, automotive OEMs, machinery makers, aerospace and defense. Okay. So these are our discrete set of industries. Then we have process industries for which our MOM is applicable. Okay, like pharma, chemicals, food and beverage, tire manufacturing, etc. Okay, so battery is one place which is a hybrid of both process and industry and the discrete processes. Okay, so that's a special vertical. Now for these verticals, we have MES, okay, is Op Center Execution Core and Op Center Execution Foundation Discrete. These are our MES tools. Op Center Execution specifically catering to the electronic segment, semiconductor, electronics, and medical. And for automotive, we have Execution Foundation. Similarly, for process industries, we have Op Center Execution Pharma and Op Center Execution Foundation. Okay, for food and beverage, chemical, tire, etc. Now, these are the foundation MESs. On top of it, we have operational things like Op Center RD&L, which is for the laboratory research development laboratory purposes. Production intelligence. This is the module of MES which collects data in real time from your machines and get you the big data which can be used for analytics. Quality module. Okay, we have Op Center Quality, Team Center Quality, and Laboratory Information Management Systems. Okay, these will collect the data according to the user requirements and present them to you in the real time. Finally, the production scheduling. Okay, production scheduling is something we will. Here is where we will schedule your machines, schedule your shifts, schedule the process and productions according to the work orders and purchase orders available. Okay, so these are the modules of MES. Okay, now let's jump into the three major topics of today's discussion. That is op center execution, medical devices to start with. Okay, what do we intend to do here? The two major things in all MESs you see: real-time data collection, number one. Number two, seamless integration with ERP systems, PLM systems, and production systems. Okay, and these are the screens of medical devices. So, what do we intend to do in MES for medical? Number one, FIAM enforcement and management of non-conformance. Now, you know very well, medical technology, medical devices. Okay, this is one area where the compliances play a major role in any production. Okay, and there will be a lot of HRs, EHRs, THR compliances, etc., which the manufacturing companies has to adhere to. Okay, now op center execution medical devices is specifically meant to handle these non-conformance management. Second, centralized view of quality performance, which means one click of button, one screen, you'll be able to visualize the complete quality processes of products, okay, and the processes, work in progress, raw material quality, everything you'll be able to see. Third, enforce the bill of material and bill of process configurations throughout the manufacturing process. Fourth, asset utilization and monitoring. That means there will be a lot of automated machines, lot of assembly machines, manual machines. Okay, so MES will keep track of the health of each of this equipment and will tell the shop floor person, the shop floor managers about the health of each equipment, the chances of failure of an equipment. If the yield is dropping, you'll get that information, etc. And then finally, most important, track and trace of the forward and backward genealogy, where the raw material came from, who was the source, who received the raw material, how was it converted to production, how the productions were done, who was in charge of the batch, who was in charge of the floor, where the material went, where did you sell it, all this complete track and trace of the genealogy is maintained. Okay, so this is medical device MES. Okay, next, MES for semiconductors. Okay, so again, as I told you, the fundamental duties of MES remain same: real-time data collection and integration with your enterprise systems. Now here, important tasks apart from the previous, it works on SPC and non-conformance management, that is statistical process control and conformation management of the production and process. Automatically enforced dispatching. This is very important because now Telangana is coming out big time on semiconductor manufacturing, right? So this becomes very important for you to have a seamless integration between multiple semiconductor companies, which means semiconductor, if you see, not everything gets manufactured under one shop. Okay, there could be wafers coming from some factory, OSAT happening at some other factory, designing happening in some other fabless company, the actual testing happening with some other factory. Okay, so there is very important that the dispatching is automatically enforced, because it's not only the dispatching of the material within the shop floor, it is also dispatching of the material, ready material, to other companies also. Okay, so dispatch management, very important, very essential. That is something which MES handles. Next, integrated equipment maintenance and management. Okay, this is again on the shop floor machine maintenance. Workflow management. Now, this is again important because semiconductor devices, the workflow completely changes from IC to IC. Okay, analog ICs will have a different kind of workflow, digital ICs will have a different kind of workflow. So it becomes very essential for the shop floor to have ready-made workflows for each type of ICs and have agility to change them on the click of a button. Okay, this becomes very essential. So here is something I want to tell you. Any MES, okay, be it Siemens or be our competitors, the ready-made MES or the out-of-the-box MES, this is where most of the people we fail. Okay, comprehensive workflow management, because there is a workflow management available, but it becomes very difficult for you to change it over click of a button. Okay, and this is where your low code really comes for your rescue of the factories. Okay, this is where you can customize your MES and change the workflows on click of button. Okay, we'll discuss about this a little more detail. Okay. So this is connected to this manufacturing process change and management of quality enforcement. So whenever you change the workflow, obviously the quality parameters, the quality KPIs, everything will change. Okay, and your MES system has to be agile enough to change it according to the requirement of the customer. This is Op Center Semiconductor. Then comes Op Center Execution Electronics. Okay, this is one of our most popular, most hot-selling tool of Siemens. Okay, a lot of companies in India have been using Op Center Electronics for a long time. Okay, if there are people from electronics industries, they would have definitely known the name of Whaler. Okay, so this is our Op Center Execution Electronics. Earlier it was called Whaler. So again, what does Whaler do? SPC and schedule management, real-time quality controls, traceability of products. When we say product here, electronics is a pretty complicated industry where electronic components might come from various different sources. They also get PCBs from various different sources. A lot of chemicals are coming from different factories. So everything has to be traced. Okay. Here it's not only the traceability, we'll have to also look at the reusability. Okay. Because things like solder paste, solder mask, okay, these things purchased once, consumed many times. Okay, so here is something we'll have to do the traceability and life cycle of that also. This is where MES becomes very important. Out of the box machine connectivity to Whaler is a very powerful software. So irrespective of whether the machine was given by Siemens or Mitsubishi or Yamaha, whoever it is, we can seamlessly correct the data and send to IoT. Finally, we have integrated workflows for both PCB and box build activities. Okay? As far as box build activity is concerned, Mendix plays a beautiful role here. We can have lightweight MES systems designed for each customer's requirement. Okay. So all the screens that you're seeing on the right-hand side are the actual tool screens. Okay. Now I'll show you something interesting. Op Center execution for battery. So here, if you see, this is our latest MES. Okay, the looks and feels also, look a little different because this is the first MES where we could completely use low code to make the MES very lightweight. Okay, so what are the main functions of our MES for batteries? Complete IoT integration, modern and fully customizable UI and UX. Okay. Why did we choose battery? Because battery is one hot area today. A lot of young workforce is getting into these industries. Okay, and a lot of these young workforce, right? They would like to customize their UIs, customize their UX. Okay, they want to play with the tabs. Okay, that means they don't want to go to a computer to look at the production schedules. They want to see it on their mobile phones or the iPads, etc. This is where the customizability of the MES really comes into picture, and this is what we fully support with Mendix. Okay, so the screen that you're seeing right now here, this is the screen on a tablet, okay, on an iPad or an Android device. You can control the entire manufacturing operations of your factory. Okay, so Op Center X, this is our MES. Op Center X. What are the advantages that we give? Fast implementation. It's a lightweight SaaS solution. Streamlined decision making because we use Mendix to give role-based access to every employee of the company, or rather every required employee of the company. While we do that, we also ensure that your production data is secure. It won't go out to the factory. It will not reach to any unintended parties. Cyber security is treated with utmost importance here. Since this is a low code application and you yourself can drive the development, the costs are minimal and the IT resources usage is also minimal. The important thing is enablement of citizen developers, which means this is where low code really comes into picture. See, to have a low code application developed, right, you don't have to be a full-time software engineer. That's the beautiful part of it. In one of my future slides, I'll show you how the low code really looks. Okay, all you need to have is the basic understanding of the algorithms, basic understanding of your manufacturing flow, You should know how the logic works, and that's it. You'll be ready to develop your own apps. Okay, that's the power of Mendix. Okay. So far, any doubts? Am I going too fast, or is it clear, understandable? Can anyone please give your feedback? So far, so good. Are you guys with me?
Yes, actually looks good. We'll have the question answer session at the end of the webinar.
Sure,
I don't know.
Thanks. Sure. Thanks, Vishal. Thanks for telling me that. Okay. So then now we have seen MES, what MES, why MES and all. Okay. Now next important question, why to personalize the MES? Why should we personalize the MES? Now MES is good. It is doing all the required work, but why do you need to customize it? Okay. The answer is the manufacturing process is characterized by high variability. That means if you see, it is the same electronics which goes into a semiconductor. It is the same electronic component which goes into consumer electronics. It is the same electronics which goes to auto industry or medical industry. But the way in which you treat these electronic components, the way in which you treat the manufacturing processes are completely different. Okay, so though it's the same DSP, same PCB, same resistor capacitor, etc., the way you use them to produce your end product completely differs. That means your manufacturing process is highly variable. Okay, hence, though it's the same MES, so same op center X, you will have to customize that according to your industry. That means specific solutions are required. Hence, we need to personalize MES. Number one. Number two, the market conditions are extremely fast, extremely changing. Okay. For example, today an EMS, electronic manufacturing services, might be catering mainly to, let's say, consumer electronic device. Okay. But after 1 month, he might get a new order wherein he has to start working for an aerospace and defense company, which means his manufacturing lines has to change their quality standards. They might have to change the way they treat their raw material, etc. They cannot change the MES. So what they can do is they just customize some screens of the MES and personalize the MES for the new project. Okay. So these are mainly two reasons why you need a personalized MES. Next, what are the more reasons? See, MES, if you see, right, the system that used to manufacture the operations, control the manufacturing operations, if you see, MES is hardly 36%. That means the actual machine data, the actual SCADA data, etc., right? That is hardly 36% of the MES, of the overall manufacturing you'll be using MES. Most of the times, the manufacturing is handled by these people. ERP modules, that means you'll have to interact a lot with your SAP or Oracle to generate the work orders, to collect the purchase orders, run your MRP. So most of the work happens here on ERP. Emails, spreadsheets, okay, talking to the vendors, getting their quotations, so MS Office. Okay. So if you see, there are a lot of places, okay, and some people even pen and paper. So if you see, the data is getting generated in various places in various different formats. Okay. So now it becomes very essential for you to first of all build an integration between these all different tools. Okay. So why MES has to be customized? Because of this another reason. Because you'll have to write a wrapper on top of your actual MES system to get data from all these sources seamlessly and with full integration. So when I say full integration, you should be able to get data into the MES, at the same time send data back from MES into these systems in their formats. Okay. So this is another reason why you need to have a customizable MES. Okay. Next, what are the market expectations? Why should you, I mean, this is one more strong backing point for the customized MES. Optimize the workforce comfort. Not every people will be comfortable using the age-old MES screens. Okay, as I told you, with a lot of young folks coming into the manufacturing, they might need or they would prefer working with a more modern UI and UX. Okay, and sometimes the employees might give feedback that, hey, this screen doesn't look good. Maybe you have to change the color. This operation is not useful. This you might have change. I want to give some textual input. So give me one more plane. So all these things could be various different feedback. So low code basically enables you to to change the screens, to change the inputs to the MES according to the feedback from your users. Now, how tough it is to do that? With the actual MES, impossible. You cannot do it at all. But with low code, you can write wrappers, you can write your own screens and implement all these changes. Now, most importantly, the MES is not only sitting on your computers now, you can see it on your laptops, your mobile phones, your iPads, AirPads, everything. Okay. That means even while you're sitting at home, you can see what exactly is the manufacturing parameter, how the manufacturing machines are working. Now remember, when I say work from home and accessing the factory data, please do not worry about the cyber security. Everything will be happening over VPN. Okay, that means not everybody at home will be able to see your production data. It's only you, after all the biometrics, etc. You'll be able to enter into your factory data and look into the data. Okay. Next. So according to a study, okay, approximately 76% of the CIOs, they reported there is an increased demand for new digital production services, which means the systems are fine. They still want to use the mature MES systems, mature PLM systems, everything is fine. But they don't want to use it the way they look right now. Okay, they want to customize it. They want to probably change the way it gets the input, change the way it generates the report, probably change the way the colors look, etc. Okay. So these are some of the compelling reasons for companies to look at customizable MES. Okay. Now, how do we customize? Mendix. Okay. Mendix is the low-code solution from Siemens, which has been considered as the industry leader by various industry reports, like Gartner and Forrester have rated us the highest or the leaders in the low-code platform. So what Mendix does, we help you to create personalized solutions and bring your ideas into operation. Okay. So very simple. You create an idea, develop a low code, test the low code, deploy it and operate it. Okay. It is a very simple process. Okay. I will show you how simple it is. You will really fall in love with the platform. Okay. So what do you exactly need to develop a application on Mendix? You need to have the industry knowledge. That is, you need to know what are you going to produce, what are your manufacturing lines, what are the practices. Plus, you just have to be creative enough to use Mendix. Simple. Okay. Now, Mendix is an all-in-one low-code platform. Okay. Which has a multi-experience. That means the code can be deployed in any type of machine. You can embed artificial intelligence. We have a lot of algorithms, a lot of applications available to you. You can either use it or from the other user, you can either use it or create your own application and sell it back on the Mendix application platform. Okay. Now, when we say connecting to the MES, ERP, PLM, etc., all the APIs, connectors, and app services comes to you with Mendix built in. Okay. That means all the standard applications, the connections are straight away possible out of the box. Okay. At the same time, we also help you in creating connectors to the non-standard software. Okay. Adaptive industry templates and solutions. So when I say medical, when I say battery or electronics or semiconductor or pharma, right, we'll have industry-specific templates for both manufacturing and data management. Okay. You could just use those templates, drag and drop to create your application, which means you don't have to sit and reinvent the wheel. You don't have to start from scratch. You'll have all the templates, all the building blocks available. You just have to drag and drop into your code and test it on the platform. Okay. So what do we have in Mendix? As I told you, building blocks. What are the building blocks? We have IIoT building blocks, text analysis, very useful thing, especially when you are digitizing your complete factory. Okay, you can upload the PDFs, you can upload the Word files, etc., or scan the documents. The textual analysis happen and the data gets digitalized. Text to speech, translation. Now, this is something very interesting. In fact, I was talking to one of the customers some time back and in Gujarat, and they said, hey, this is all looking good. Your MES is looking really good. but most of my operators cannot speak English. Okay, I mean, this is not for electronics, obviously, because people in electronics, semiconductor, they'll be qualified enough to read English. This was for a cable manufacturing company in Gujarat, okay, where a lot of people were coming from either the contractual or the temporary daily wage thing. So they could not understand English. So we could develop all the MES menus, the report menus, everything in Gujarati. Okay. So Medic support all the local languages. You can have your reports, you can have your menus in Telugu coming up. Okay, you can have it in Hindi, you can have it in Kannada, Telugu, everything is possible. Okay. Then 3D viewer, intelligent planning, invoice processing, all these applications are built in and ready for you to use. You can just drag and drop into your application, change the company logo, change the colors, change the fonts, whatever you want to like, customize it according to your company standards and start using it. Templates. What are the templates available? Electronics and semiconductor especially. Visual inspection, suppliers management, ERP, PLM, and testing connect. Collaboration portal, if you want to send the data to other factories, other suppliers, vendors, you have all the templates available to you. Coming to solutions, there are multiple solutions like production link. Sim Center web app is for the designers where they want to simulate their designs and send the data into manufacturing. Okay. All these solutions are ready-made available. There are a lot many more solutions. Now, if you since in the age of smartphones, you'll be very well aware of the Google Store and the Apple Store, right? You can see a lot of applications. Okay. So similarly, we have Mendix Store, okay, where you can go and download the applications. All the application solutions, the APIs, everything will be available to you for download. Once you have the license of Mendix, you can download a lot of these applications. Of course, there will be a few applications where you'll have to pay the royalty, which is possible, but there will be a lot of other applications which are developed by your community. You can use it free of cost. Okay. That means once you have the license, it's only the creativity which can limit your imagination, limit your application development. So that's the Mendix low code. Okay. Now, getting back to our industry, unleash the power of low code on top of a rich and mature MES. Okay. Siemens MES, one of the oldest, most popular MESs in the industry in the world. Okay. So of course, I should definitely agree that just like in all other MESs, our MES is also a bit rigid for a reason, but don't have to worry. You can put Mendix on top of it and make it a very user-friendly interface. What do we do? You can customize all the MES screens. You can customize your workflows, okay, and seamlessly and flexibly connect with the company's PLM, ERP, and IoT data systems. Okay. What do you gain out of it? Maximum flexibility. You can change your process, change your production workflows, everything in clicks of buttons. Productivity will improve. That means your employees don't have to spend hours and hours together to learn the MES and start working on it. All they have to do is just learn the Mendix application and start implementing the work. Accelerated innovation and time to market, which means your setup time will become extremely fast because your base MES remain the same. You will customize your UIs, you will customize the workflows very quickly to adapt to any change of project. Reduce cost of software implementation. See, this is most important. You don't have to depend on Siemens. You don't have to depend on any technology specialist company to help you in implementing all these things. Citizen developer, that means anybody with interest to create software, anybody with little knowledge about the logic, he can create a software for you. That means any freelancer or anybody in the IT system of the factory, they can do it by themselves. Advantages, spoke. Lot of out-of-the-box templates available to quick start the work. Embedded low-code application capabilities. That means OpCenter X is already having connectors for Mendix. That means you can take connectors, you can take templates specific to the industry and create your applications. And we have integrated Kanban and machine maintenance with Mendix. That means your machine data collection, your assembly production line, the performance, data connection, all these things we have templatized. Okay, all you need to do is just go plug and play this with MES, and your data starts streaming in. Advantages: reduce machine downtime, proactive maintenance, okay, and also predictive maintenance, save production costs, and the increase of productivity. See, most of the times, what I have seen in my experience of electronics industry, learning the tool itself takes a lot of time. Okay, and unfortunately, this is one industry which is heavily booming, and I hope you will all agree to me that the attrition is highest in these industries, in these three industries: medical, electronics, and semiconductor. The attrition is very high. So companies will spend their lot of valuable time, money, resources in training the people, and after a few years, people just leave. Okay, taking away all the knowledge, and it becomes very difficult for the companies to retrain the new set of people. Okay, so this is where simplifying the systems will help you a lot. Okay, you don't have to spend too much of time in training the people. Okay, and at the same time, since the systems have become so easy to use, okay, you don't have to really rely on an extremely high skilled labor to carry out your jobs. So how the programming happens. Now in Mendix, there are three solution pillars on which the low-code application gets developed. One is data model. Okay. Now data model is the out-of-the-box solution available in Mendix and Op Center. Okay. Deployment model. Okay. This is where the user develops the new software, develops the new low code. And number three is template. Okay. Here is where we give industry specific and adaptable templates. As I already told you, you don't have to scratch your head in defining your quality in your quality. You don't have to worry too much about your workflows. Everything is available to you out of the box. Okay, all you need to know is which industry you're working, you're creating a software for. Just drag and drop those templates. Data model. Okay, now data model. Op Center execution provides a rich out-of-the-box MES data model for the manufacturing needs of the target industries. Okay, this could be A&D, automotive, even pharma, for example, pharma and anything. Okay, now data model, basically it is natively exposed to Mendix Data Hub environment. Okay, that means the data coming out of Op Center, okay, it will be properly streamed into the respective usage blocks of Mendix. Okay, that means the Mendix will know where the data is coming from and what it has to do with the data. Okay, so that process is already set up. Okay, so Data Hub not only includes out-of-the-box data, but it can also be enriched easily with custom-made extensions. Okay, that means by default we might be giving you connectors to SAP, but if you want to have a connector to, let's say, an Oracle ERP, that is possible. Okay, or if you want to develop a connector for a custom ERP, you could do that. Okay, or if you want to work with an older version of SAP, fantastic, you can develop your own connectors for that. Okay, we'll give you all the required assistance. See, that's the data model. Next, deployment process. What do you do in Mendix? First of all, you'll have Project Studio. Project Studio is a block of Mendix, which will have all the required model blocks, logics, everything available to you. Studio Pro. So in Project Studio, you will define your logic, you will define your algorithm. Next, Studio Pro, you will define the user interfaces. This is where all the colors, the boxes, the drop-down menus, all these things get designed. Then Solution Studio, here is where your software is ready and you deploy it. Okay, here is where you target to the respective machines or respective MESs. Then finally, runtime apps. This is where you execute the project. Okay, so simple. Define the logic, define the user interface, club them and target it to the machine, run it. Very simple. Okay, define the logic, define the UI, build the software, run the software. Okay, all this is what you have to do in Mendix. Okay, tailored solutions, as I was telling you. See, the solutions can be persona based. Okay, I guess this is what I guess Mohan sir was telling about, persona based. Okay, your screens has to be targeted to particular users. Okay, So this is most important. See, because the generic MESs, right? It will be generic screen and everybody has to use the same screen. Be it the shop floor manager, be it the engineer, be it the CEO of the company, everyone will see every information, which might not be relevant to them. Okay. So persona-based screens. Okay. You can define the screen specifically for the CEO of the company. You can define the screen specifically for the production supervisor, define the screen specifically for the shop floor engineer. This is possible. Industry specific screen. Okay. The MES for electronics will look entirely different than MES of semiconductor. MES of semiconductor might look entirely different from MES for pharmacy. Okay. So why? Because each industry will have their specific requirements, and we are going to customize the screens according to that. Finally, process centric. Okay, that means you can build the MES, you can customize the MES according to the process that you are going to follow in that factory. For example, battery, I told you, right? It's a hybrid industry. It follows both process and discrete. Okay, this is where your screens has to be entirely customized for both the process industry and the discrete industry. Okay, so this is where the MES might look little different. Okay. So you don't have to worry about creating all these things. These are all available to you ready-made from the Mendix library. Okay, this is how the Mendix tool might look like. I mean, once you build your entire screen, it's adaptable. You can build websites, okay, or you can build HTML-based applications. You can also build it for your smartphones, okay. So these are some of the customer testimonials. So what are the value propositions? Now, the manufacturers can completely take the ownership of UI UX. Okay, now Siemens doesn't take care of UI UX now. You don't have to depend on Siemens or any manufacturer for that matter. Okay, your MES is purely your MES. You define how you want the look and feel to look like. You will decide what color. You will decide what blocks. All these things you are going to decide. Leverage the collective knowledge of workforce. Okay, that means here you'll take feedback from the employees. Okay, you'll take feedback from the industry experts and then customize your MES according to that. You are no more running on the whims and fancies of the MES provider. Finally, you can do all these things without having a dedicated or specialist software engineer. You can use your citizen developers. You can use your existing IT team to create these softwares, thereby reducing the maintenance costs, reducing the development costs, and you can keep improving your software by yourself. So democratize MES. Okay, that's the whole idea of low code, right? And this is how Mendix really looks like. Okay, that means no code. If you see there, right, you define the rules. Okay, this is how you define the rules. You will say, hey, my software has to work like this. You define the rule. This will be my input. This will be my output. Basically, you're defining the flow chart. Workflow. This is another option. Okay, you define the drawings. Okay, you completely use graphical environment to design the business process or manufacturing process, and the code gets generated accordingly. Mashup editor is the graphical environment for your UI screens. Okay, this is where you can design your GUIs. Then model editor. Okay, this is where you can add your own manufacturing model, your own business process model, or use the existing model and change it. All these things are possible. And finally, Project Studio environment, where you club all these things. You club your logic, you club your GUI, you club your machine model, and then take it for testing. Okay. So apart from that, we also offer a low-code platform for custom extensions. That means, so far I was talking about Op Center and Mendix, but doesn't mean that Mendix can work only with Siemens products. Mendix can work with all non-Siemens platforms as well. Okay, so any MES, any PLM, any manufacturing system, any email application, it can be Siemens, non-Siemens, doesn't make any difference. Okay, Mendix can be used to develop low code for any application, be it Siemens, non-Siemens. Okay, we support everybody here. How? By using REST APIs and open APIs. Okay, you give us your data model and business logic. Okay, in terms of the drawings. Okay, use REST APIs and operational data to get the screens like this. Okay, so if you see here, all this business process, it is defined by the manufacturer, not by Siemens. Okay, so it's That means Siemens Op Center is running there as an MES, but the manufacturer decided that he has to bypass some of the things, or he has to customize it. He will define the business process. Your MES gets customized this way. Okay, all the user interfaces, everything gets customized. Okay. I have seen implementations where the MES looks like some non-Siemens product. Okay, I mean it will not have any characteristics of Siemens. It will be entirely different. Okay. People have done that way, especially in the battery industry. Now, important thing, Bendix has a very strong community, okay, around 250,000 plus app developers, okay, just like your Android or iOS developers, okay. People keep creating applications, okay. People keep creating solutions and then keep hosting on Bendix platform. This is the Bendix store, okay. So the ecosystem of manufacturing and low-code experts is extremely strong. Okay, that means you can create your own applications and sell it on Bendix store. Okay, that means tomorrow one of the manufacturers find that he decides to have a very good manufacturing practice and he wants to share it with the rest of his competitors or peers. He can make it as a software and sell it for royalty. That is a very high possibility. You can do that. Or if you think there is another factory where you want to reuse their, let's say, practices, if they have a royalty-based application on Mendix, you can go and buy that. Okay, that means app developers can collaborate with the entire community and the manufacturing ecosystem to develop their apps and sell their apps. I can give an example. I know a colleague's daughter of mine, okay, who's a 13-year-old kid. She developed an application for making the ticket reservations where the backend engine was Make My Trip, but she made another application on Mendix, which could go search for tickets on Make My Trip and also on a couple of other Yatra and etc. And it used to fetch the lowest possible tickets on your dates and give you here. You can also do the ticket bookings, everything. Okay. Now, mind you, she's just a 13-year-old kid with absolutely no background of software. Okay, so she could do that. When she could do that, industry people can do it more easily. So, final words. Mendix applications compared to a Java or a .NET application, you can build your shop floor applications 10x faster with 70% fewer resources. You don't have to have multiple tools to develop your applications. You can do it very easily. All you need is Mendix App Studio and the App Studio Pro. Unlock and extend your data and systems, okay? Because you are the domain experts, okay? And you have the IT. You can develop your own software. You don't have to depend on the third party. Securely connect people. Okay? That's most important. That means you can decide what data you want to send to whom, and you can securely share the data with your rest of the factory. Okay? So that's low-code MES and customizable MES for you. So reimagine your MES deployment and digital transformation for your easy, open, and integrated MES. Okay. So with that, I'll end my presentation. Thanks a lot, and we can now open for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Subramania, for an excellent presentation on the MES. Sir, most of the traditional manufacturers, they use the PLCs. And is there any way the PLC can be integrated to MES? Or do they have to discard that and go for MES?
No, sir. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. You are correct. See, this is how the traditional manufacturing will look like. Okay, as you rightly said, PLCs, they are still the building blocks of the most of the shop floor for us. Okay, that will remain as it is. Okay, that is our end point. Okay, in fact, Siemens has got PLC solutions. Okay, Simatic PLC is our solution. Okay?
Yeah.
We will still continue to use that. See, if you see the complete digital shop floor here, right? It's a series of implementation. Now, I understand that there are certain manufacturers who might not want to spend so much of money. Okay, what they can still do is they take the data from the PLC, have it in a local storage, and make their Mendix application run on top of it, which means all the relevant data from PLC and rest of the assembly lines can be taken into applications, and you can run your analytics and generate the reports accordingly. You can do that. So your PLCs don't have to be discarded. They will still remain.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions, sir?
Sir, I think there are a lot of questions in the Q&A box. I think if you can access that.
Oh, okay, okay. Is it there in the chat box by chance?
Yeah, in the Q&A box.
Oh, in the Q&A box.
The Q&A box.
Oh, okay, okay. I just opened it. There are. Okay. Sure. I will just go through one by one. Okay. Let me start with Srini's question. I understand that MES is one of the Industry 4.0 solutions with connection with machinery and IT system. If it is connected, there is a high chance of hacking and cyber security threat. What are the measures should be taken to avoid them? Nice question. Okay. Okay. So, Srini, yeah, what you said is right. Okay. Now, any system is prone to hack. You are absolutely right. Okay. Now, this is where the cyber security feature comes into picture. So, if you see this diagram that I'm right now flashing on the screen, right? All the systems that you're seeing here, SIMATIC, SCADA, MES, PLM, everything is on premises. That means they are not connected to the internet anywhere. Okay, they're all on the company's LAN or intranet. That means none of this production data is going out of the factory. But having said that, now we also talked about somebody working from home and accessing the production data remotely, right? That's where the cloud or the inside hub picture will come into picture. That means all the data that you are connecting goes onto the IoT cloud, and from IoT cloud you can take it to the internet and access it from outside. Okay, now this is where in Insights Hub we have taken enough security, cyber security measures that the data gets encrypted and not easily hackable. There are a lot of our customers in both India and US who are using the data on the cloud, okay, and they're able to use it without any problem. But having said that, if you are still a little skeptical on putting the data on the internet, the solution is you can go for the complete on-prem deployment, which means the data will never go on the internet. Everything will be on the intranet. And even if you are accessing the data from outside, you'll be accessing it on your company VPN. That means your data is completely protected. Okay. Hope I answered that question, Srini, for you. Srini, is that fine?
Sir, actually, I don't think he has access to unmute himself.
Oh, okay, okay. No problem. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Fine. Okay. Then I'll move on to the next question. That is again from Srini. What do you think about the automation in manufacturing comparison with the other industries like banking and insurance? Okay, that's a good question, Srini, actually. See, what is automation finally? Fundamentally, when we say automation, right, it is automating a set of mundane tasks. That means the task that we repeatedly do, we try to automate it. We try to give it to the software and ask the software to do it for us. Okay. Now, there are a lot of
पर्सनल कोई बात नहीं करना मैडम. देखो, I'm not telling anything because एक बार let me complete एक बार. एक मिनट, सपोर्ट की बात नहीं है मैडम.
Sorry,
नहीं, सपोर्ट की बात ही नहीं.
Vishal, can you go on mute?
So sorry.
Yeah. Okay, sure, no problem. I thought that there was a question, so I had to stop. Okay, so Srini, answering your question. Okay, automation in factory, in manufacturing, essentially, we talk about connecting to the machines, getting the data from the machines in real time. Okay, and then automating the tasks. For example, as I told you, the workflow automation, the quality management, traceability of the material, raw material, genealogy, all these things are parts of automation in factory. Okay. Now coming to, now the important difference, all this is real time. That means when you have seen the electronic assembly line, right? You will have to ensure that the right component is going on the right roughness of your PCB. Okay, even if there is a half a second of delay or half a second of lag, you will end up assembling a wrong part on the wrong place. Okay, so automation in factories has to be extremely real time. That's why if you remember one of my slides, right? MES, basically one of the important thing is to have the real time control of your manufacturing. Now, coming to banking, finance, and other fintech industries, right? Most of the times, data is not real time. Okay, that means, of course, the transactions happen at a real time, definitely yes, but the activities like onboarding a new customer, doing the eKYC, or providing you with the required support and assistance, there will be always some amount of lag. Okay, and that some amount of lag is acceptable in banking and fintech industries automation. Okay, and just to give you an information, Mendix is doing a great job in automating the banking and fintech. IndusInd Bank, ING Vysya Bank, which is now Kotak, and BofA, Bank of America. These are some of our biggest customers of Mendix. Okay, they're using the Mendix in automating their banking and fintech tasks. Okay, hope I answered that question. The next question is from Rangarao. Is discrete manufacturing ERP is already used? Why is this soft? Rangarao, can you please unmute yourself and can you just elaborate on this question?
Sorry, Subramanian, he can't do that.
Okay. Understand. Okay, let me try to understand this question and try to provide an answer. So Rangarao is saying in discrete manufacturing, ERP is already there. Then why is MES required? Okay. See, Rangarao.
So, hello. Sorry, Rangarao.
Hello.
Yeah, Vishal.
Hello.
Yeah, so Mr. Rangarao can talk now.
Oh, okay.
He's starting the
Yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible, Rangarao. Please.
Yeah. Very nice session, sir. I am Rangarao, basically a mechanical engineer and manufacturing. Okay. So my interest area is manufacturing, and very nice to talk to you. And in already ERP is there, no? Why this software? That is first question. Second is when you make a mass customization items, how you can make a process plan and quality checks. And third is what is the cost of deployment of this software?
Okay, fine. Okay. 3 questions. Little difficult to answer, but let me go to one slide and show you here. Okay. You can see this slide, right? Okay. Let's take medical as an example. Okay. Not specific to medical, I'm just taking this slide as an example.
Yeah, any example is okay. No.
Yes. So, Ragara, what happens is generally, okay, it works this way. Okay. Let us say I have a manufacturing order from a customer, okay, to let's say produce 25,000 number of certain mechanical part or some component, okay. So I get this order from the customer in the form of a purchase order, right? So when I get the purchase order is logged onto the ERP system, correct? Right? So when the PO gets there on the ERP, the first thing the production planner do is he will run something called as this MRP, okay, material request planning.
Yeah, BOM has to fill.
Okay, the BOM will come later. I'll come to that later. First of all,
process planning you are talking. Okay.
Process planning. Okay, so he will first get the input from the local design team or the factory team. What is the bill of material? What is the bill of process? Okay, so that part comes from your PLM. Okay, here if you see seamless integration with ERP, PLM, APS. Okay, so PLM is your local engineering team, which tells you what BOM is required to realize that manufacturing order. Okay, now ERP has your manufacturing order itself. Now, based on the input from PLM, the ERP, you will generate something called the work order. Okay, right? In work order, you will say, okay, I need this 25,000 number of some part, which has to, the production has to start from, let us say, 1st of September and should get over by 1st of October. So this is your work order. You will also say, okay, this has to be run on this particular line. Now, APS comes into picture, production scheduling. The production scheduling will tell you, okay, This, I have 8 assembly lines. I can use only 2 assembly lines for this. Okay. When can I use it? How much, how many shifts I need to run? All these things are decided by the APS. So now if you see this whole ecosystem, right? MES is acting as a bridge between ERP, PLM and APS systems. Okay. Otherwise, these activities, right? That is tracking of the PO, WO, work order, material, a bill of material, all these things would have been manual, number one. And number two, for the day-to-day production activities and day-to-day reports, okay, you will have to depend on the shop floor engineers to fill in their Excel sheets or fill in their reports and registers and come back to you and give to the shop floor supervisor. All this was manual. Any small error would lead to your manufacturing disasters, meaning low quality or high in the cost, all these things. The MES is fundamentally the bridge between all the three. Okay, so that's the difference between MES, ERP, and APS. Okay, so MES is not a competitor to ERP. It is basically working with ERP to make the system more streamlined. Okay, so we're trying to achieve a paperless factory here, digital shop floor. Okay. Hope I answered your question, Raghuram. First answer.
Yeah. What is the cost of the software?
Okay. Honestly, I'm not the right person to tell you that. I tell you why. Because this software is not only one piece of platform. There are multiple modules which go into the software. Okay. See, as I told you, if you see here, okay, this slide, okay, Op Center Execution Core is one license module. Let us say we are working on an electronics manufacturing company. Okay, so Op Center Execution Core will be one base license that you would require. Okay, then if you want to get the machine data in real time, then you will go for intelligence license module. Then you want to have the automatic quality control, then you will go for the quality module. And then if you want to do the automatic production scheduling, then you will go for this module. In which case, 1, 2, 3, 4 modules you are buying. Okay, so each module will have a price. Okay, suppose if you say, okay, scheduling I'll do with my Excel sheet and MPP, then you will end up taking only execution core, intelligence, and quality. It is like that. So the licenses are entirely modular. Okay, prices, honestly, it differs from customer to customer. The time of the year in which we are selling, the number of users that you are going to use, all those things. So it depends on a lot of parameters. So I cannot give you a number.
Why I'm asking is whether the micro and small enterprises can afford this software.
Oh, definitely. No, don't worry about that at all. In fact, the whole idea of this session of talking of MES, right? Mendix is that suppose if somebody cannot afford this entire solution, right? The parts of the solutions can be built with Mendix and made an extremely low cost proposition for you. Okay, you please talk to Pratiti. Okay, Pratiti will help you in connecting with
Sir,
me.
if you can kindly share your contact number and email ID, I will personally get in touch with you and discuss this with you.
Yeah, we'll understand your problem and help you out with the actual Mendix solution, which will be extremely low cost for you. Don't worry about that cost, sir.
Yeah, actually, I'm a consultant for micro and small enterprise. That's why I'm asking.
Fantastic, sir.
I'm a shop floor expert. I am basically an industrial engineer where I can make the process improvement and other.
Fantastic, sir. I think we really require people like you with the industry expertise. See, because we know how to customize our applications with Mendix, and with people like you with a lot of industry experience, if you can help us in building the applications, right, we will be helping the industries in a much bigger way. Okay, so please get in touch with us, sir. I will try to understand what problems you are trying to solve and help you out with Mendix solutions for that. Okay.
Yeah, and this is a open source, sir. The software is open source.
No, Mendix is not open source. It is open API, which means we have kept our APIs open to all the software. Any software can plug it to us, but it is not open source. See,
but
the problem
it can integrate the any ERP software.
Anything is integratable. Sir, the reason why we have not kept it open source is because I think that was one question from Srini, right? The moment I make it open source, it becomes very vulnerable. Okay, becomes very vulnerable, and anybody can hack into that because you will have access to my kernel. Okay, so I don't want to put that risk because you are running crores of production data here, so I cannot take the risk of making it open source. Okay.
There is a data security and everything will be inbuilt in the universe.
Yes, exactly, sir.
So I have shared the number to you, Pratik.
Okay.
Now I think we should take the question of Mr. Srini. I'll allow him to speak.
Sure. So, Rangarav, can I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I shared my and I'll share my number also. Please touch with me. I will share my number also.
Sure.
Certainly.
944139050. Okay.
I've shared that.
Sure. So, Raghav, I'm going to answer your second question. How this software will support the mass customization manufacturing processes like PCB boards? Okay. When you say PCB boards, are you talking about the bare board production or the assembly?
Yeah, any mass customization,
Mass customization is definitely possible. See, that's the whole idea of the MES actually.
Mass customization means I have to maintain so many parts, so many different variety, but in a mass scale. That's called mass customization.
Correct. Okay. See, Op Center Execution Electronics is a model which is specifically built for PCB workflow and box build workflows. Okay. So all the customizations, right? It could be individual customization at the NPI level or the mass customization at the production level is possible with Mendix. So what happens is the basic workflow will remain standard on Op Center. Okay. And you will do all the required customizations in your Mendix and integrate it on top of Op Center. That means the complete workflow can be used as it is, or some of the workflows can be cut and bypassed, okay, according to your requirement. So any kind of customization is possible here. Just to give you an example, okay, in mass production of PCBs, right? Bit of nails or the flying probe test, that becomes one important thing for me. Okay, so that will be a part of my workflow. But in the case of NPI, I don't need bed of nails or the flying probe test here because manual testing is fine with me. So what I'll do is in my Mendix workflow, I will just bypass the last automated test. ICT test, I will just ignore it. I will straight away send the materials to manual workflow. And the quality, when it comes to the reporting, right? Quality will just oversee that. Okay, you can make the workflow oversee that. You don't have to worry about ICT testing. You can straight away take the inputs from manual testing and make your PCB pass or fail. Okay, so that option is possible. But at the bottom foundation level, Op Center will be still working the same, but you would have customized your entire workflow. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So yeah, next is Srini. Done. Okay, next another question, Srini.
So Mr. Srini has the permission to talk.
Oh, okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Go ahead. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Subramanya, for the wonderful session. So I think one of those questions, I think I have few questions. One is related to Mr. Rangarav Garu about the commercial models. So how are these commercial models for the Mendix? I'm a practice leader for manufacturing vertical at HFS Research. So we also suggest our enterprises that these tools can be useful for your manufacturing process and so on and so forth. So that is one of the things that we do. So that is one area. Second thing is, how is the data captured from the machinery, from the manufacturing shop floor to the Mendix platform? So I assume those are like a log files or something like that, and then you structure it, and then you come up with the dashboards for logistics and all that, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. See, if you, I'll answer to the last part of the question. See, this is how the digital shop floor looks like. Okay, so your real-time data is still collected by your PLC. Okay, so PLC, but it is anyway local to the machines, so it will not be much useful. One way of taking data from PLC directly to Mendix is to connect this to a historian. Okay, a local historian will collect the data in whatever format that you want. It could be XML, JSON, HTML. You define the format. Okay, it can be stored in that way, and
So
it can be taken. It is customizable, and Mendix connectors are available to take you the data. That is one way. Okay, that is for micro and small enterprises. Okay, for a bigger manufacturing enterprise, the PLC data gets onto the edge, okay, and then goes into the MES. All the required operations can happen there and go to the cloud. Okay, now on the cloud or even on the on-prem, deployment, you can run all your predictive maintenance algorithms, predictive maintenance EI algorithms, or you can also try to predict the failures. You can try to predict the material shortage. All these things you can run algorithms here at an enterprise level and make Mendix connect to the required systems like ERP or PLM. Okay, so data is customizable. Okay, and then it connects to Mendix. Then second part of the question on the commercials front, again, see, commercials really depend on how many number of users will be using these applications. Okay, so basically Mendix is Mendix for MES would be a named user license. Okay, the reason is because we don't want to make it a floating license where everybody and anybody can use it. We don't want to do that. Okay, because with that the traceability gets lost. Okay, so it will be a named user license, and there will be two types of licenses. One is the author license, other one is the user license. Okay, author license is where you can author the application, you can write your application, you can modify the application. Consumer will be obviously the consumer. He can only have the read access of the app and provide data into the system. Right. Commercials, again, as I told you, depends on how many number of apps you want to provide, how many number of users, and all that stuff. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay.
And another question was, now the Mendix is a platform from Siemens, and we are already there are some many manufacturers already working with different providers like TCS, Accenture on implementation part. So this Mendix can be implemented by Siemens only, or you also have the implementation partners who are certified or something like that?
Yes, Srini. So
this can be done by anybody.
Yes. Srini, so this can be done in three ways. Okay. Way number one, yes, Siemens, we can engage our services team and help you in the implementation. Okay. We normally suggest this way when the implementation is too huge and you might require help from the overseas, etc. This is when we do that. Okay. That is Siemens engineers will come and sit your place. This is method number one. Method number two, most widely used method is, yes, of course, we do have technology partners across India. For example, Pratiti is from one such partners. Okay. So they can come to your office. They will help you in implementing the code. They will help you in writing the software. They will help you in adapting the software according to your requirement. That is number two, which is also an easier way. In fact, their implementation cost also gets added to the license cost. So that is possible to do. And there's a method number three. This I wanted to tell all of you. Please go to Mendix Academy. Okay, search Mendix Academy on Google. We have Mendix certified practitioner courses on Siemens, which is free of cost. Okay, you can start learning Mendix. The moment you register there, you will get a version of Mendix free for you. Okay, Mendix Pro Studio you will get free of cost. You can start learning Mendix, and also you can take up few Mendix certified practitioner examinations, and you can write the programs yourself. Simplest. Okay, so all three methods are possible. Yeah.
And so can I understand this Mendix as one of the MES platforms? It is MES platform, right?
No. Mendix is a generic platform, and in today's discussion, we talked about Mendix use cases for MES.
Okay. But it covers all of them, like
it covers everything.
PLC.
It covers everything. It even covers your, for example, email automation, Word automation, documentation management. It covers everything.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I highly recommend you go through Mendix Academy. You will see a lot of use cases which are, like bizarre applications, I would say, are available.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Subramania.
Yeah. Thanks, Srini. So next question is from VN Rao. Topic is good with insights. Thanks, Raoji. Content slides can be shared. Yes, we will definitely share it. I will send a slide to Pratiti. Pratiti, please help me in circulating the content with all the participants. Okay. And VN Rao.
For the reference.
Yes. Surely.
Sorry to interrupt. Just for the reference, this is also available on YouTube. So you can check it on FTCCI channel, and you will find the content on YouTube.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. Next question is from Reddappa. Is MES part of the army? Sir, what is it exactly? MES part of the army? Matlab kya? I didn't understand this question. If Mr. Reddappa can elaborate, I can answer that.
Yeah, he has got the permission to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Reddappa, basically, it's not part of any army. I mean, I don't know exactly what's the meaning. Of course, we can use it for manufacturing the aerospace and defense components also. Okay, for example, Northrop Grumman, one of the leading manufacturers of defense components in the USA, uses Op Center big time. Okay, so but having said that, it is not part of any army. Okay, I mean it's a seamless product. Anybody can use it. Okay. Next question is from Ganesh Karwa. He has given two questions. Question number one, can you help in food processing, cashew industry? Second, of course, he has given a number and I will share that number. Pratiti, will you have access to this question answer box? Because
I have.
Okay. Because some of these gentlemen have shared their email IDs and phone numbers. So
Correct.
please make a
Yes.
note of that. Let us help them. Okay. To answer Ganesh's question, yes, Ganesh. Yes, absolutely. Yes. This is, I showed in one of my slides. See, Op Center. Yes. We support every industry, including food and beverage. Okay. So cashew industry, yes, we do support. We can definitely support cashew industry. But I want to understand what exactly is the use case. See, because Mondelez is one of our customers who is the leading chocolate makers. They do have some chocolate, I mean cashew flavor chocolates. The factory is right in Chennai. Okay, you can talk to them. We also support a lot of the meat processing industries and all, like Alana, the sunflower gold oil, Suguna chickens. So they all use Siemens. But I want to understand the use case. Probably just in the interest of time, Pratiti, please talk to Mr. Ganesh. He has given his number. Okay, let us try to understand what exactly he wants to know and when we can help him out in that. But the answer is to Ganesh, yes, we can support you in cashew processing.
Okay. Yes, so Ganesh is writing that there are processing unit from raw cashew to cashew kernel. Right?
Yeah, see, Ganesh, definitely possible. See, as I told you, MES, see the full-fledged MES, in my humble opinion, might be an overkill for cashew industry. The reason is because of the cost of the product and the margin that you might be making in cashew. Honestly, I'm no expert in cashew processing, so I'm just going with an assumption that you might be working on smaller margins. So for your case, I would highly recommend the custom MES based on Mendix. Okay, so all the options, the features that we're talking about, right? That will be available to you in the Mendix low weight MES. The only difference would be, Ganesh, the full-fledged MES will be much faster with zero lag time, whereas Mendix based, since it's a software application, the data collection, the data deployment might be little slow. When I say slow, it is not that it is laggard. Okay, it works equally well. Okay, but you don't have to worry about getting the data in real time. There will be a little lag in that. Okay, but I hope that should be fine. Anyway, Ganesh, we'll get in touch with you to understand more. Okay. Then we have one more question from Rangarao. I guess this is the last question. My interest area is in manufacturing excellence. I request you to share the technical and commercial details. Yes, sir. We will definitely do that, Rangarao-ji. We'll definitely do that for you. Okay. Pratiti will get in touch with you and we'll work closely with you, because since you are the consultant for the manufacturing industry, yes, your expertise will really help us. Okay. We'll get in touch with you on the commercial front. Okay, so I guess we have covered all the questions. Pratiti, please take a note of the contacts, then we can talk to them. And with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. If there are no more questions, I again thank FTCCI, Vishalji, and Mohan sir. Thanks a lot for providing us Siemens platform to come here and showcase our solutions. We highly appreciate your support to us. Okay, thanks a lot, and we keep looking to meeting all of you in person. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Subramanya. Maybe we can present a success story, a good use case of yours, Mendix, sometime later.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. We'd
Yes.
love to do that.
We'll invite you. Yes.
So, in fact, Mohan sir, since you brought up this point,
Yeah.
whenever you're in Bangalore next time, right? Please do let me know because we have set up a center of excellence of MES in Deloitte. Okay, Deloitte is our again, he's one of the partners. Okay, in Bangalore, Deloitte, we have set up a complete center of excellence where we have showcased our complete MES, including hardware and software. And we have done it specially for the food and beverage industry. Okay, you can see chocolate manufacturing happening there, chocolate packaging happening there. We have deployed our complete MES. So most welcome, sir. Whenever you're in Bangalore, please feel free to call me. I will take you personally to the COE and show you that.
I was saying we will invite you to make a presentation of a success story in one of the events.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sure.
Okay.
Love to do that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, everyone. I think that concludes the session for today. And to everyone who asked the question and who might be unsatisfied with the answer, you can please feel free to reach us. And as we have shared your contact details, Praditi will surely get in touch with you. The team from Neovatic will get in touch with you. So I think that brings us to the end. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
There is one open question that Mr. T.J. Jayakar has shared. We'll answer that. We'll get in touch with you. Thank you for sharing your contact number. We'll get in touch and explain this to you. Thank you very much for showing interest. Have a good day and good weekend.
Sure. Thank you both. I think that question needs another presentation.
Thank you, Pratiti, for arranging a good talk.
Thank you, Mohan sir. Thank you. Thank you, Vishal. Thanking all the participants and the FTCCI team for always helping us and supporting us. Neovatic is ever grateful.